So, hey everyone, good evening. I hope I'm audible to all. Hey Animesh, Venkatesh, I'm doing great. How about you? Hi Sadhna. So, guys, I hope you all are doing well. And in the recent days, I have found that some companies have, or they have kept opening for fresher. So, how many of you have got some vacancies, or got to know about fresher vacancy, and even you have applied for interview? Animesh is telling 3.8 years, 5 lakhs is okay for Java developer. No, it's not okay. You're having around 4 years of experience, Animesh. And for around 5 lakhs is, I feel, less than the market. Being 4 years of experience, at least you should get 8 lakhs, a minimum, being a Java developer. Next cycle for hiring, I feel in Feb, March, most probably. Sahil, sir, I'm medical coder. How to do transition in another domain like CDM PV? See, from medical coder going for transition into PV, that doesn't make much difference. If you want to make transition, go into CDM or statistical. Okay, so it seems there are not much questions. Animus is telling अभी कॉल नहीं आ रहा 3.8 years Java developer. Can I accept? So Animesh, which offer you are talking about? The one you have shared, 3.8 years, 5 lakh is okay. So that salary you are already getting it, or like you are getting as an offer. So Sahil, if you want to make transition, you need to first gather the required skills. Okay, the software skills and the domain skills, and then second thing is you have to start applying for jobs, or you need to apply the best ways that is available in the market. Ramesh, hi sir, I'm having 4 years of experience in our department in pharma, but I'm looking into clinical SaaS. R&D department. Okay, Of course, Ramesh, that's good only. Prajwal, I'm in seventh SEM in B Pharmacy. What should I prefer? First, data analytic or SAS programmer? See, data analytic and SAS programmer is now no more different. Both are same only. Okay. Even being a trainer, I have launched a course, Clinical SAS plus Data Science. So, being a SAS programmer, also you're gonna analyze the data only, and on other softwares like R and Python, you are going to analyze the data, and even on Power BI, you are going to utilize the data. So, still, if you want, in detail idea, you can connect me through one-to-one counseling, Rajwal, before taking any call, any decision. I mean to say. As is asking, sir, please make a video on student screen based. Okay, for sure. Sahil is telling my unlimited goal is as program, but till that time I got my placed in clinical SAS. I can transition in CDM, but don't know. See, if you want to do transition, the process is same for CDM and statistical. Because if you get training for statistical programmer role, like being trained on SAS R tool and getting the SDM admin table listing idea, once you have this knowledge, you can start applying for CDM role as well and statistical as well. Okay, and once you start applying, if you're getting into CDM, just get a job. That's all. The knowledge for CDM and statistical is almost same, but whenever you are taking training, take the training for clinical SAS, that is also known as statistical programmer, because the knowledge of statistical programmer or the role is considered after CDM. It means the knowledge is greater of than the CDM. Actually, both are unique roles. CDM, people will be also having great idea about the data, but whenever you take a call for training, take it for statistical because it includes the knowledge of CDM. So you don't have to separately look for CDM, and you can directly apply. Even I have created a video with one of my student, what is CDM, and 1 hour video. निमेश टेंशन लग रहा है अभी तक looking for job for 3.8 years. Looking for job for 3.8 years of, you're already having 3.8 years of experience, or you're looking for job from 3 years, more than 3 years. What you're trying to say, Animation, I'm not getting it. Ramesh, for experience, it is not sure that they're gonna consider or not, but it's gonna benefit you in terms of getting selection. Sahil, my experience in medical, not sure, but it's gonna benefit you. Ganesh, what is the best way to practice clinical SAS, sir? The best way to practice clinical SAS is to, whenever you create a data set, let's suppose you are creating a CM data set, concomitant medication, just have a look on the variables in detail, like what these variables contain, like CMTRT, concomitant medication term, which are the important variables or key variables in the data set. Look the information about the variables on Google in the CRF, how the data being collected for, the data is coming into the data set, or the data from CRF is going to CDM, then from CDM it's coming to you. So, like the data you are getting, the data you are calling, how it looks like in the CRF. Just look into detail whenever you're creating a data set. Just try to understand your data sets from the CRF, from Google, or from SDMIG. That's what you need, nothing else. Whenever you are first of all, create a data set, and whenever you are creating, try to understand in detail why I'm creating this data set. What is the meaning? Why the data name is given CM? okay, concomitant medication. And what are the important variables? Few are common variables like subject ID, sequence, and many other variables are common, site ID. Few are important variables. Okay, so what are the important variables? What does it contain? So if you try to understand your data, that's all. Okay, creating SDM Atom data sets and table listing and the same time understanding your data, this is more than enough. That's all. Animesh, job search कर रहा हूँ. Okay. So if you are getting an offer, any offer, if you are looking for a job, you are not having any offer. In that scenario, that whatever offer you are getting, just get it. Are you having job, Animesh, as of now? If not, whatever you are getting from the market for good role, take it. Once you get experience, you can switch. Too funny 007. Fresher jobs in 2025. See, on Fab March, maybe again the hiring gonna happen. Let's see. Sahil, for that you can connect me through one-to-one counseling. We can discuss in detail. And yes, it is available. Verma is asking any backdoor jobs. So I'm not having any idea about the backdoor jobs, but yeah, reference does work. If you have any connections, if you know manager, director directly, if you like if you don't have direct connections or reference, you can create it by LinkedIn. You can just reach out. Let's suppose you are reaching out to 200 managers or director. I believe out of 200 there will be at least 20 good managers or director who gonna respond to you or might gonna help you and guide you. Right? This is possible something. Okay. Udemy is enough for learning clinical stats. If you feel that okay, I can learn from recorded videos, then it's good. But if you feel you need to have one-to-one communication, you can ask your doubts, you can get guidance, then you can go for classes. Okay. Manoj is asking, sir, I want examples for practicing clinical stats where I search Reddit. See, Ganesh, in clinical SaaS, it's not about examples. In clinical SaaS, it's all about creating data sets. SDM and Adam. The very important is creating SDTM dataset. Okay. Sir, after D pharmacy, can we make a career in medical coding? Of course, you can. Clinical SaaS opportunities after BMHS health science graduation. Yes. Hi, Vishnu. So one is asking, sir, is there any way to download SaaS desktop version for offline practice or SaaS ODA is the same? See, desktop version is also there. You can visit to the SaaS website. I think SaaS University Edition is there. SaaS Studio is something which works on web browser, and but you need an internet. And but if you want an offline, so in that case you can download SaaS University Edition. Maybe in the SaaS website you can have a look. There is an option. Varma, like you are asking fake experience works or not. I don't know about fake experience, but I know if instead of adding fake experience, if you can try adding internship, let's suppose you just do internship or get the data and work on the project, create. as many SDM data set you can, as many Atom data set you can, at least six SDM data set or eight SDM data set or eight Atom data set, eight tables, eight listing, then you can just try putting yourself or portraying yourself as an 8 months or 6 months intern or 1 year intern. So instead of fake, just edit like intern, and you can tell it, I have worked on these data sets. If they ask where did you do this, did this intern, just mention your institute name if you have learned from any institute. That's all. Don't add fake. But if fake is working for you, you can. And but in my experience, I haven't seen people, for whom fake experience is working. And yes, if I have to say truth, I know some people who have added fake experience and that worked for them. They have added some experience, but what they did, like they actually had some experience 1 year or 6 months. They made it like 2 year or something, and like I don't know mostly people who don't have any experience and who added fake experience and they got a job. My focus is to, instead of adding fake experience, if you can focus more on getting the knowledge. Let's suppose I'm putting 1 year of fake experience in my CV, but how I can portray that 1 year of knowledge in the interview, because the person who want to take the interview, they have worked on this on that role, statistical or clinical as for 8, 10, or 15 years. By asking you few questions, 4 to 5 questions, they will get an idea that the experience you are mentioning, that is actually you are having, or just you are trying to portray it on paper. Okay, put on paper. So I believe on, instead of putting fake, just add internship and get the knowledge. Get the knowledge like 1 year or minimum 6 months. How you can get, simply create SDM Atom table listings. That's all. Ganesh is asking study or institute name, please. So it's clinical study academy, Ganesh. Yes, Vishnu. Offline classes there. Just give me a minute, guys. So let me, guys, try showing you. I'm sharing my screen if I can. Then Dhruv, and then yeah, many of the student, Sanket, Ashutosh, Nidhi. So even I have mentioned in which company they got selected. Even once you click on this pics now, you can directly redirect to the video. Let's suppose if I'm clicking on this pic, directly take you to the video. So yeah, this was about the website. Now let me stop sharing. I hope you have seen. So Soham is asking, so suppose I learn clinical sales course, after that how can I use it for real life industry purpose? See, as of now, some experience we are giving to our student in the training itself. Let's suppose after the training, we have a portion of project and study where we train on a study, and we use data and protocol, everything like a study which is going to contain a protocol, CRF, mock shell, everything. We are going to train you on them, and it will be like a real time study only. So yes, get a training from an institute who are going to are going to train you on study as well, apart from teaching you basic advanced clinical softwares and domain part. Kishan, for the charges and everything, you can connect me through one-to-one counseling. That we can discuss in detail. Okay. So I think, guys, today we are having less questions, and I think I have answered most of your question. Shiva Reddy is asking fake experience works or not. See, fake experience. See, not faking it, faking anything is not everyone's cup of tea. One thing you need to understand. If you are faking for IT jobs, so don't fake it too much if you are faking. What my open suggestion. Even if you are faking, fake it for 1 year. And even if you are faking for 1 year, just ensure you have the 1 year of knowledge. You have created, you have worked on project, you have worked on multiple studies, created SDM item table listings. Even if you are faking it for having 1 year of experience, just get the knowledge. Now it's up to you. You can get that knowledge of 1 year of experience guy in 3 months, 4 months. Just ensure it. Get the guidance like how much knowledge being 1 year of experience guy one should have. So if you are faking it, do it thoroughly. Give your best. Don't just don't become a poster guy. Like you just went to the interview, you don't have the knowledge, and they caught you and they told your friend that you don't have actual experience, or they caught you in something. So if you have the knowledge, no one cares. You have mentioned 1 year, you have the knowledge. You just tell them I have created these many data set, work on these studies. Let them ask you question. You just answer those questions. That's all. Okay. How to get early as a fresher? See, for this, I have created many videos on my channel. I think how to find jobs, how to get job, what are the best way. You can just go and check. So one is asking, sir, may I know your offline early class locations? For offline, you can join in Vadodara, that is in Gujarat, and online you can learn from anywhere. Okay, but one thing I can ensure, guys, it doesn't matter like what's your current knowledge is. You are having software knowledge or not. You have the exposure of computer or programming languages or not. I can bet you that I can surely train you on SaaS, and you can easily compete to the people who have already knowledge or belong from computer science or these backgrounds. So I can damn sure I can train to any students, even who don't have or who have zero knowledge in programming. So yeah, I'm damn sure in terms of training part, that is for sure. Either you are joining online, either you are joining offline. Rohan is asking which is better, clinical science or clinical research. See, clinical science is a role. Clinical research, you can say, is uh, it's also an role, but clinical research, you can say, it's an industry as well. So clinical research, you cannot compare clinical research and clinical science. There is a role clinical CRA, clinical research associate or something. I don't remember exactly. No comparison. Clinical science, CDM, biostatistician. These three are one of the highest paying job in CRO. These three roles you cannot compare with other roles like PV, medical coder. Okay, in pharmaceutical or CRO, I'll tell you which are the highest paying roles: CDM, statistical, and biostatistician. These are three roles. All other roles are having less salary compared to these roles, as per my knowledge. Just cross verified. Okay. So guys, if we are getting more questions, we're gonna continue this live, or else we will end this live. Okay, what I can do, I can share the live discussion in the group as well if someone might be waiting. Okay, got already shared. No worries, Vishnu. Whenever you want to join, you can just do let me know. You can connect me. R is mandatory for fresher. If you ask in 2000, no, almost we are in end of December, right? So coming 2025, R is mandatory. If you're learning, if you're preparing yourself for this role, statistical programmer, two softwares you must know, or programming language you must know. One is SAS, another is R. And then in the domain part, you should have the knowledge of creating SDM and table listings. So these are must. Prajwal is asking, sir, how many years of experience required for clinical SAS programmer to apply abroad? I think after 4 or 5 years you can try. 4 to 5 years you can try. So the minimum will be 4 5 years. Ganesh, 2025. I think in March, maybe Feb or March. Mao Lester is asking, I would like to know what would you do for Klondike Bar? I'm not getting the question now. Can you elaborate it, please? विष्णु क्लिनिकल साइंस 2.0 अभी भी है. हाँ, of course, Vishnu. Now it's gonna be forever. Like clinical science 2.0 batch. Once it will be over, the next one gonna get started, right? Okay. Kanish is asking, sir, startup companies are good or not? Of course, that is great companies to work with. I feel personally, you learn a lot in startup companies because they are building themselves. You just see them growing each and every day. You learn fastly from them. You have a lot of work pressure, roles, responsibility compared to MNCs. What I feel. Shiva Reddy, would when would the period for fresher openings in the market? I think Feb March maybe. See, I have already created a video that when do companies hire fresher statistical programmer? Just write this title, when do companies hire fresher statistical programmer, and write my channel name Mr. Seeker at the end. Akhil, right now, yeah, it's mandatory, almost. Okay, so guys, I think I have taken most of your questions, and so we are not getting much questions. We can wind up this discussion within few minutes. Let's take some of the questions. Should we need our basic or complete? Basic is even fine for fresher. SAS should I'll tell you exactly what you need. You should have full knowledge of SAS, okay? Basic knowledge of R, basic knowledge of Python. At least out of 10 you should rate yourself 5 in R and Python. That much knowledge you should have. But in SAS you should be able to rate yourself at least 7 to 8 out of 10. For R and Python you should be able to rate yourself 5. Shiva Reddy, will business analyst a best role or clinical SAS? Business analyst, you can say it's a general role. And when you are saying clinical SAS, the people gonna work in pharmaceuticals. Even a clinical SAS programmer can say himself a business analyst. Okay, but mainly he's working on data, so you cannot say a complete business analyst. But a clinical SAS can easily become business analyst. But a business analyst cannot become easily a clinical SAS programmer. This is what I feel. In startup companies, we hire or not what required for us. Ganesh, for startup companies, it totally depend upon the founders, which role they are looking for. It's a back end team or which team. But uh, startup companies are very flexible compared to big MNCs. They allows you, if you are someone who are eager, you have the fire. You don't know what are your capabilities, but you have the fire that you want to work with a startup. You have the reason that you want to grow and you can make the company grow. They're gonna hire you and give you the role. So yeah, I feel few things are important for getting job in any of the startup or big MNC. That is communication. Second is confidence, and the third is like you should have some experience to share them, right? Something you should have, like what you can show them on the table. Why? You should have your why. Akhil, what is the most important topics for freshers to learn? Akhil, in what? For clinical SaaS role? See, I have already created videos on my channel. Okay, there are many videos of fresher interview questions, interview pattern. But if you want me to tell you again which are the very important topics, I'll tell you functions. SAS functions are very important. How many types of functions are there? Character, numeric, date and time, and concatenation. Okay, these functions. Then proc steps. Proc steps are also very important. Then conditional statement. These are also very important. And then you should able to create data, right? How to create data. So these are very important in basis. If I have left anything or missed anything, so we can edit. In advanced as macros is very much important, and SQL joins, macros and SQL joins, and do loop array. And in clinical SAS, you should able to create SDM Adam table listing, and you should know must about what is CDISC, SDM IG, and Adam IG. And yeah, if you are able to create SDM or Adam dataset, you will be also knowing what is SDM spec, what is Adam spec, what is CRF, what is protocol, what is SAP. So these are the things you should must know. So Sahil is asking, is there less of clinical sales? See, Sahil, maybe right now you're applying for clinical sales job, you might be feeling less jobs in that, but you go to any job, you will see that initially you have to suffer, it gonna take more time. So it is not about the clinical sales, every second role will be having like this only. But once you start applying for one role, you get the reality of that role. The process is actually time taking. Let's suppose Indian population is this much, any country population is this much, especially India, and the hiring is this much. So there is a gap, right? So if 100 people are there, if 30 openings are there, how 100 people can get a job or get the interview? So no matter like uh, what the market condition is good or bad, but and vacancy can compensate at a time 30 people. Let's assume if for every 100 people there are 30 vacancies, I'm assuming, or 20 or 10 vacancies. So what happens? Let's suppose if for clinical sales role, if hiring is happening this month, the next hiring can happen after 3 to 4 months, and again the next hiring can happen after three to 4 months. So if you missed two cycles of interview, so it automatically goes to more than 8 months, right? So that you need to understand the hiring cycle and the gap between the supply and demand. And this is not for clinical sales. You pick it on any role, either Python, Java, full stack, any role. Okay, should a fresher need to learn create every SDM dataset, or should we learn two, three? See, if you're thoroughly able to create two or three datasets, now that is more than enough. If you thoroughly able to create, if you have thorough knowledge of two or three dataset, that is more than enough. Okay. Danny is telling, sir, you missed my question. Hello, sir. I'm Daya, final year B Pharma. I'm confused whether I should start my training from now online after my graduation. See, Danny, if you feel in your day you're having 3 hours, you can give 3 hours in your day, so you can start your training right now because there is no tomorrow. And if you feel even if you cannot give 3 hours for learning this role, so you should not consider. So if you have those 3 or max 4 hours, then start it now. If you don't have those 3 or 4 years, start after completion of your education. That's all. Because the actual education is something which gonna help you to get the job. It's not the academic books, right? So actually, you should focus on in your last year on gathering the skill which is required actually to get a job. Because after completion of your college, if you start your training, you're gonna spend additional 3, 4, or 5 months, right? But that is also fine if you don't have much time now. But if you're getting 4 hours in a day or 3 hours in a day, you can start now. If you're not getting, start afterwards. It's all about the time you're having. Shiva Reddy, sir, can you compile a list of clinical sales hiring companies? A short video. That's a good idea. Okay, I'll try. Preetham is asking what's eligibility criteria for CDM job? You should have minimum like education, like graduation. You should be graduate, and you should have life science, pharmacy, stat, maths, or computer science background, or bio. Any of these backgrounds are fine, and you should have the knowledge of. You should get the training for statistical programmer role, or you should know the SAS software. So if someone is looking for CDM job role, I believe don't learn for CDM job role, learn for statistical because it includes the knowledge of CDM. So you get ready for two roles. One is statistical, another is CDM. I hope you got the point, Pritham. Shiva. Okay, I got your question, Shiva. I'll try it. Then for that, you can connect me through one-to-one counseling. In any of my videos, you can get an idea not get an idea, you can check in the description and you will find one-to-one counseling link. There we can discuss in detail about the batch timing detail, everything. You can have your questions. Yes, it's $1 million business opportunities after SaaS programmer. $1 million business opportunities. At least I can say financially you want to grow a lot. Yeah, that is for sure. Not financially, technically as well. Your technical knowledge will be, will be in the top 20% of market. It can be it can be 4 to 6. Preetham, if you want to know detail about the CDM role, just go and check my videos. I have created one video with one of my student who is working in Fortria. So the video title is "What is CDM salary growth in 2024?" So you can simply write "What is CDM" and write my channel name, Mr. Seeker. You'll find that video. Soham is asking, sir, please make a video of ETC friendly. Yeah, Soham, I think you have asked earlier as well. Sure, let me work on it. Says certification mandatory for fresher, valid it is for CV. Yes, most probably on Monday I'm gonna upload video on this only about detailed video on SAS certification. Is it really valuable or not? So wait till Monday. You wanna get your answers. Akhil, sir, please make a video. It is friendly. Okay, Akhil. Yes, sure. What's a basic requirement for PC and is Wi-Fi mandatory for learning SAS? No. Even if you have your phone internet, that is fine. But you should have a PC. A PC should have minimum 4 to 8 GB of RAM. What are $1 million business opportunities after SAS programmer? $1 million business opportunities. You can set up your company, a CRO. You can you can solve a problem which companies are unable to, because big companies are focusing to complete their projects. They are spending on R&D, doing research, but they are not having that much of time, and they cannot keep some people just to do R&D. So if you are someone who want to build something big, solve a problem which other CROs are unable to, obviously you are grow. I think you got your answer. So guys, it seems, yeah, Shiva Reddy, 1 year of experience in pharma R&D. Can be able to switch. Yes, Shiva, of course you can. So guys, now we are getting very less questions. It seems we have taken enough questions for today. So we are having few minutes. I want you to tell me that which topic you want the next video. What are your questions? What is something you all want to know in detail? So I can get an idea what is something you're looking for, and I can create a video on that. Yes, Sahil, you can, of course. So one idea I got about ATS friendly CV. Second, list of companies hiring freshers. Okay, a short video. Then Pritam is asking, I have master degree in pharmacology. Yes, of course, this degree gonna help you to get a job in clinical SaaS. SaaS interview question mostly asked in interviews is the best option. Okay, most asked question in SaaS interview. Tips to learn R and get job in very less time. Okay, any more titles you feel that what is something you want to know in detail? I can create a video on that. Most asked question in SaaS interview. Sahil, I'm locking this. Let me copy this title for sure. There will be a video on this. Alam is asking, hi brother, name of Fortria law as Katran Jonas. Alma, I'm not understanding what you're trying to say. Praveen is asking, after finishing B Pharma, can get a job clinical science as a fresher? Yes, but you need to have the required skills. I mean, pharmaceutical chemistry subject is in pharmaceutical chemistry subject is helpful in career in SAS. See, everything is helpful, but what I feel you should have the required skills. As of now, for this role statistical programmer, the required skills are having minimum you should have SAS and R software knowledge, and then you should have the knowledge of creation of SDM and table listings. These are the important things you should know. Interview question playlist for 2 weeks. Interview question playlist for 2 weeks. I didn't got an idea like what's the logic behind 2 weeks. Like okay, Alma is telling I have joined as a contract employee in Fortria for a safety science analyst role. It was just 6 months job, but due to project shutdown, I have terminated the contract within 4 months. Okay, mostly none of my student got hired as an contract. Most of them got selected for company only. And I'm not much aware about the safety science analyst role. So can you bring some light, Alma? What's your work as a safety science analyst, and how do you got hired from college or from where? How to target companies for fresher? ठीक है. Okay, so there is, and okay, I think I got some topics from your end. Before ending this lab discussion, okay, so before ending this sessions, guys, let me tell you one thing. A lot of you might have started your journey to get a good job role like clinical SaaS or any other job role you're looking for, and you felt like the journey is not easy, the learning can be difficult, or getting the job is not easy. So believe me, let me tell you the truth. Learning is not that much difficult, but getting the interview is the difficult one. Cracking the interview is even not that much difficult. This is what my experience is. Learning is not that much difficult. Even cracking the interview is not that much difficult. But getting the interview is little difficult part. It's not difficult. It's time consuming. Little bit time consuming. So what's your actual, what's the actual difficulty, or the challenge you're gonna face in this journey, that is getting the interview, not the cracking interview, not the even the learning part. So, but the people who are thorough at their learning part, there are two types of learners. One who have completed their learning, the second one who have actually completed their learning. The people who have actually completed their learning, it means they have learned it thoroughly, they have enjoyed it, and so that actually impact the way they are applying for jobs, because they are so much involved in their training, they have enjoyed their training, and they are actually applying for the jobs. They are asking the question, they are figuring out the things, because they were enjoying from the beginning itself, they are learning, they are trying to reach to the 1 to 8 minimum, like they are trying their best, and eventually after some time, if they are in this loop, they are going to get interviews, and after some time they are going to get the job. So any journey, if you are starting, let's suppose if a journey is 1 to 10, every time, let's suppose if you are learning the base, try your best, ask the questions, ask the doubts you are having. Uh, Learn it like it's like breathing air, it's like drinking water, that much easy. You should make it that much easy. Actually, programming languages are that much easy only. Like drinking water, driving a vehicle, or taking the breath. So learn it in that way. Be confident. You need to figure out how you can wait for these cycles of getting interviews. The most difficult thing I feel that is waiting for getting the interviews. What I have figured out personally, I personally believe that you don't wait too much. After learning, just give 3 4 months, and after that, start applying for jobs on the basis of your education. Get a job, and start the job. And meanwhile, keep applying for this clinical sales job. Once you get the interview into this, once you crack the interview, switch. But don't sit idle. Just sitting idly and waiting for a job, that's a worst case. Like waiting for getting a good job, that can be a worst thing that can happen, because each and every day and month and year matters, right? So though I'm doing all my selling, though I'm doing M Pharma, I have go and give exams only. No need for clinicals, as it was third party payroll. PI Western Infotech, they generated a PF account for me, And safety science analyst means it comes under pharmacovigilance department. uh, I'm confused about that Fortria has been created me a PF account and all after my pharma. Does it cause any issue to join as fresher? No, no issues. It's not your fault, right? Nothing was from your end. So no issues, Alma. You are clear with your end. So yes, that's all for today. I think I have taken most of your questions and yeah. So for today, thank you everyone. Bye bye everyone, and best of luck everyone. And we have few days remaining in this year. It's December 14. Hope you do something interesting for yourself. You know, we people think like we're gonna start from Monday, we're gonna start from tomorrow, we're gonna start from next year, next month. There is no tomorrow. You can start it from now. Let's suppose if you really want to change your life or start something new, just write it down today itself. What you want to do tomorrow, and start doing it from tomorrow. If you want some change in 2025 in your life, start it from today itself. So once you follow for this, coming 13 or 15 days, whatever remaining days in this month, for sure you're gonna make some changes in your life in 2025. The changes gonna be visible in the January itself, but you have to start from today onwards. Okay. So thank you everyone. Good night everyone, and bye bye everyone.